All right, let's go to 5 headlines. And we're about to run through a bunch of headlines. Remember, there's so much going on in the world and so much to keep track of. You got to get a reader's pass at dailywire.com. That's going to keep you up to date on all the stories and news and everything. Get a reader's pass today from dailywire.com. You get exclusive op-eds from me and from the other podcast hosts, as well as guest writers, in-depth analysis from our Daily Wire reporters on top of our regular breaking news. This membership tier is already a bargain at $3 a month. But if you join today, you're going to get your first month for 99 cents. You get access to our mobile app. You receive push notifications for breaking news, special content, as well as the community of Daily Wire members who are actively commenting and discussing our content. So again, dailywire.com/subscribe. Here's a good place to start. Nice transition. 2 women have been arrested for assaulting a Democratic state senator in Wisconsin. They went to the protest. I think it was in Milwaukee. The senator was there taking pictures. This is a Democrat. And they run up and assault him for no reason. They just assault him. Here are the mugshots of these lovely ladies. You can take a look there. Samantha R. Hamer and Corida E. O'Reilly. Now here comes the twist ending. One of these women is a teacher. Can you guess which one? If you guess the green-haired one, well, nice guess. And I wish you were right because that would be just perfect for what we're talking about. But no, actually the blonde chick is the teacher. But either way, not just a teacher, okay? She's a school social worker who specializes in working with kids with emotional needs and behavioral issues. This is someone who's supposed to be helping children with emotional needs and behavioral issues who is out in the street assaulting state senators. Number 2, let's stay here on the subject of lovely ladies at BLM protests. Here's a Portland mom offering a rather loud and unsolicited explanation as to why she is out protesting. Watch this.
I'm so tired of this. I am so tired. I'm sleep deprived because I'm a single mom and I work full time and I have to come and spend my nights with you because I can't stand in my own streets and say Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. That's why we're here. We're not here because some building. We don't care about the building. We don't care about your stupid fence. We care about Black lives. And I'm a mom, and I heard George when he called out Mama. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here. Because George called out for his mama.
Wish I had
you all have moms. Your mom loves you. George's mom loved him. And my kids love me, and I want to go home to them. But they agree that this is important. And it's not about some white ladies, it's not about me, it's about Black Lives Matter. There's so many amazing Black women who have been doing this fight for years, and I showed up late. I'm so tardy to this party, but I'm making up for it because I'm so angry. So angry. And black people are allowed to be angry, and who cares if somebody graffitis on this stupid building? We're talking about human lives.
Of course, none of what she's saying there makes any sense whatsoever. It was a stirring monologue, I'll give her that, very well rehearsed. So I give her credit for that. But she says she can't stand in the street and shout Black Lives Matter. Meanwhile, that's exactly what she's doing. She's standing in the street shouting about how she can't shout, I can't shout Black Lives Matter. I'm not allowed to do what I'm doing right now. This is outrageous. I can't do the thing that I'm doing. And, in fact, not only can you stand in the street and shout Black Lives Matter, but in many cases, you can commit felonies. And as long as you shout Black Lives Matter while you do it, you're not going to be arrested. So this is another protester who just has imagined a form of oppression in her head. She has fabricated it like science fiction, just make believe. And she's out protesting against the oppression that she made up in her head. And the whole bit about, George Floyd crying out for his mama and she's there for George. I'm sorry, call me cynical. I just don't buy the performative tears for George Floyd at this point. I don't buy it. I'm sorry. 2 months later and you're still overcome with grief, in tears. No. There's quite a lot of death and murder in the streets of Portland or any other city every day. Has this woman cried tears for them? I mean, you're apparently so empathetic that this one person you don't know dies. 2 months later, you're still not over it. I mean, 2 months later, you're still in tears, literally breaking down, weeping in the street. Well, so with all of that overwhelming, exuding empathy, what about all the other death? Does that, I mean, do you walk through your day every day, just overcome with tears at death and murder? Or is it just this one particular death that upsets you so much and not all the others? We talked about Brittany Hill yesterday, young mother gunned down by Chicago gang members while holding her 1-year-old daughter. Her daughter cried out for mama. What about that? Why isn't this woman breaking down publicly in tears over that? I mean, is it because her tears only come out in politically and ideologically expedient moments? Is that why? Number 3, here's some good news, okay? Too much bad news. Let's get to some good news. All of that coronavirus cash was handed out, loans and stimuluses from the government. And if you're wondering whatever happened to that, don't worry, it was put to good use. David T. Hines of Miami obtained nearly $4 million in loans and went out and bought a Lamborghini. There's the car right there. Not a bad vehicle. Not as nice as what I drive. I mean, it's a few steps down for my tastes anyway. But here's clickorlando.com reporting. Says a South Florida man fraudulently obtained $3.9 million in federal coronavirus relief loans using some of the money to buy a $318,000 Lamborghini. Prosecutors say David T. Hines was arrested and charged last week with bank fraud, making false statements to financial institutions, and engaging in transactions. Defense attorney Chad Petrowski said Hines is a legitimate business owner who is anxious to tell his side of the story. He's got his side of it. It's not what it looks like, all right? Like, I know it looks bad right now. I've got a $319,000 car that I bought with coronavirus loans. I know it looks bad. I know how this looks. Got a good explanation. I'm anxious to hear what it is. We're not provided the explanation, but now it's kind of a cliffhanger. We'll have to check back, I guess. I'll keep updating us on this story. Let's go to the AP. Joe Biden yesterday was photographed holding his notes for remarks he was given, and he was giving remarks, and he had notes, and the AP got a good view of his notes. Let's look at this picture there. Okay, his handwriting is almost worse than mine, and my eyesight isn't very good. So let me see if I can. Okay, it says, Kamala Harris, do not hold grudges. Is that? So is he listing good things about her? Campaigned with me and Jill. Does that say talented? Talented? I can't tell what that says. Hold on. Talented. Great help to campaign. Great respect for her. How does he read? I have this problem with my own notes when I write notes for myself, and I can't tell. It's like a foreign language. I can't read my own handwriting. I go back and I have to decipher it. I have to call in, like an Egyptologist. Are they the ones that decipher hieroglyphics? Anyway, I'm just trying to figure out. So he's listing good things, or is he saying Kamala Harris do not hold, like he's telling himself not to hold grudges against her? Are these are reminders to himself about what he should think about her? Is that what this is? You ever seen that movie Memento with where the main character has he has no memory, so he forgets things after 40 seconds. So he has to write all these notes. He actually tattoos them on himself just to tell him what he should be thinking and feeling. Kind of reminds me of that. All right, number 5, finally, very important report here in the Daily Mail. Listen to this. It says, women across the country are reporting a rise in aggressive eye contact since the introduction of face coverings in some public places. New laws introduced over the weekend force customers to wear face masks in all shop stations, banks, and post offices, while it is also mandatory to wear coverings on public transport. But many women have been sharing stories online of aggressive eye contact and, quote, hard staring from men wearing masks, with one tweeting, grown men staring at you with a mask on is worse than when they don't have a mask. UN Women UK Executive Director Claire Barnett told Femail, that's what Femail, it said, as we work to build back better following lockdowns, we need to prevent the lack of witness of antisocial behavior due to less populated public spaces, as well as the anonymity face coverings can provide, leading to further rises in harassment and threatening actions towards women, girls, and minoritized groups. This will require widespread changes in attitudes and behaviors, creating an understanding that behavior like unwanted and persistent staring is intimidating, that we will have a role to play in making our public spaces more inclusive. Okay, so this is someone from the UN who is set on the task of dealing with the problem of aggressive eye contact. How can you make eye contact aggressively? Hard staring, I don't even know what that is. But either way, this, once again, we have the feminists, strong, independent women who are traumatized by aggressive eye contact. Sure. That's feminism for you. Well, I hope you enjoyed that clip from the Matt Walsh Show. If you did, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down there so you can stay up to date on all of our future content.